Welcome to A Damn Good Question, the weekly broadcast that helps you understand the top news stories with a conservative twist.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to A Damn Good Question podcast. Sitting across from me, as always, friend, co-host, producer, sidekick, superhero in his own right, third richest man in the world, and the new Ayatollah of Iran, Mark. Don't want him finding you.
Hear any bombs?
Well, we're in an undisclosed bunker.
Yeah, I plan to take over. And hi,
how are we doing? And I, of course, your forever host, SGD. We want to welcome you to this week's Damn Good Question podcast. Our thousands and thousands of listeners. Yeah, so you're in charge now, huh?
Yep.
What's
First
that
thing I'm going to do is bring beauty pageants back. Nothing like a beauty pageant to excite the spirit and the national, of a country.
So when they're all in burqas, how do you tell?
Well, no burqas. There was a city or a state, I think it was a city, that just banned burqas. There's actually been a couple.
They all should.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially in the United States, it should all be banned.
Yeah, in fact, Islam, period, should be banned in the United States.
And Sharia law has no
and that
place
is
in
not
this country.
Islamic phobia. That is common sense.
Yeah.
You do not support
There's no such thing
something.
as Islamophobia.
You do not support something that is that bad. Satanicism. People who worship the devil and paganism. They should grow up too. But the Islam people should grow up and get rid of their crappy religion. And it's not even a religion. It's a cult. There you go. Political statement for the day.
Political statement for the day.
Send your hate mail to mark@damngoodquestion.org.
That's right.
If you dare.
What do you? Real quick before we get into things, what do you think about steak and lobster for the boys?
I think that's fantastic.
I think it's fantastic.
I
don't care who the president is. They should always get something like that.
We talk about them spending a few $1 million, and it's like that is pennies, folks.
And it's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic that they would whine, cry, and even say something about giving something nice to the men and women who actually do something for this country.
Yeah. Our military has always been one of the, if not the best fed military in the world. Always.
Was it Napoleon says army runs on its stomach?
Yeah.
But I don't know why they have a problem with this. But if they were Somalians, they'd give it billions.
Total sidebar. On spending money that people. What's going on with the ballroom? We never hear anything about that. The complaint's over.
Being built?
It shouldn't. Is it about done? I have
no idea.
I haven't seen pictures or anything about it.
I have no idea.
They're off to their new,
thing to complain about.
Being offensive. Yeah.
Being offended.
But I wonder what's going on with the ballroom. I'm going to check it out while we're here. Go ahead.
Sure. What's our first topic then?
Oh, let me give you the first topic. It is the media.
Our good friends in legacy media. All they want to do, Mark, is they want to make Americans mad about what's going on. And they want to tell you that we can't win a war against Iran and that we're losing and that it's illegitimate and that it's illegal. I love how Bill Maher was able to trip up Adam Schiff the other night on Real Time, where he talked about strikes and that the president felt that they were necessary and that it was a quote from Obama. So Obama attacking Syria or Libya. This stuff is just, this is child's play. They're just running their mouth to run their mouth because they want low information voters, low information people to complain and feel disenfranchised and believe that America is less than what we are. That's pathetic coming from anyone who lives in this country, let alone somebody who's supposed to be serving this country. So the media takes all these sound bites from all these wacko leftists, the Democrats who are like, oh, I feel bad for the military. We have no plan, and I just came out of a 2-hour briefing, and the commander in chief is nuts. He's incoherent. Bull. bull. I guess he must be recalling a time that he had to sit down with Joe Biden because Trump is anything but incoherent. And I think this just goes to show once again why Legacy Media is dead. God bless you. And should be dead, and nobody should listen to Legacy Media anymore. Podcast information, go search information for yourself. You cannot trust AI. You cannot. Gemini and ChatGPT, if you've seen the studies that have come out, that they will lie to you. They give you false information all the time. And you can even call them out on it, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, you're right." Okay, then why are you lying in the first place? And it's absolutely insane. Don't trust it. It is a tool, but it's a tool that's been mostly programmed by people who hate you, and hate America, and that's just a fact.
Yeah, I don't know where you go to get straight up news every day. It's
well, you come here once a week.
Yeah, once a week, but we don't go over everything. I think I don't particularly like Fox News, but Fox News is better than CNN. Has changed, but not changed enough. We'll see what happens with CBS.
CNN has had to have their anchors and people come out multiple times in the last week, redact stories and apologize for false information.
But they are having them do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I listened to Wolf, who is who I like, by the way. I'm just going to call him Wolf, because we're on a first name basis.
Oh, you are.
But Wolf, and I actually like him. I know he's a leftist and he said some crazy things, but I actually had him. He was reporting something, and I don't even know what it was. But I was saying, wow, he's like. It seems like he's telling the truth, 100%. So we'll see. Give them time.
Look, everybody has bias. Everybody has a human bias. But if you're going to report news and you're not going to be opinion, leave your opinions out of it and report the news.
Yeah.
Let people make their minds up for themselves.
And there is so much that legitimately needs investigative reporting correctly that would make their ratings blow up.
The fraud in California, the fraud in Minnesota, the fraud in New York, the fraud in Washington State. Okay, all these things. And I'm just pointing at those states because those states are rampant with fraud already because reporting.
But you don't have to go farther than your own state.
You don't. You usually don't have to go farther than your own local government.
Our little local government's having some issues about a whole bunch of little things. A fire station and a casino and a horse track.
Can be part of the casino and horse track?
I don't know why they can't combine the fire station, casino, and horse track together.
Right?
Build one. Yeah, but anyway,
that would only make sense.
That's just me. But
that would
anyway,
only make sense.
Our little county has all these, and people should be involved in their government, and I think we don't get. We don't find time. We're too busy.
We're too busy living. We're too busy trying to make a living. We're too busy trying to raise a family. Those of us who have jobs and have families, we're too busy. Trying to keep the lights on, keep the roof over the head. Yeah.
But then that means that the left have overrun our board at schools.
Yeah.
Every school has all these leftist people on it, and it's not represented by conservative values.
Correct.
And then we yell and scream. So it's our own fault. We need to get involved. You need to get involved in your local government, and please vote.
Yes, vote.
And vote.
No, I don't care who you vote for. At least go vote. I do care.
And register and vote in the primaries too.
Yes.
Because that's where a lot of this matters, even more than a general election.
Yep.
It
does. It does. So, what do we want to talk about next, Mark? What's our next topic?
I think you wanted to talk about Islam, and I think I've already said everything you need to know about Islam.
So, the taking over of the United States and some of the places that it has started, like Dearborn, Michigan. The Islamic House of Wisdom in Dearborn over the weekend called the U.S. offensive in Iran evil. The Hadi Institute in Dearborn had a memorial service was held for the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei after he was killed. Speaker referred to him as a great leader of our time and praised his martyrdom after decades of struggle, saying they wanted their children raised in this culture. Why are they here?
Why?
Why are they here?
Look, Islam needs to be eradicated from this world.
If they want to live and they want to raise their kids in that culture, there are plenty of Muslim countries they can take them to. Raise your children in that country.
We even go
Syria, Iraq, Iran.
Even beyond that, they shouldn't even be there. Islam needs to be dissolved.
Mark, you're Islamophobic. Nope, definitely. I'm pro-American.
I did not say kill them.
I'm pro-American.
They will kill us.
They will.
But I did not say kill them, but bring them to this guy that 2,000 years ago was on this earth. Have you heard of him? His name was Jesus.
Oh, I was going to go with Joseph.
Yeah, well, Joseph was a part of that too, you know. Depending on what Joseph you're talking about.
Well, that was the Joseph I was talking about. But so we had from last year where they wanted to rename a street after a known terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
A non-Christian white man stood up at the council meeting and said that we should not be naming a street after a known terrorist. And what does the Muslim mayor of Detroit say, of Dearborn, say? You are Islamophobic, and I will throw a parade. You do not want to coexist, and I will throw a parade when you are no longer part of our city. Once you leave our city. Nope. No. Is the answer to that.
It's only one way.
It is only one way.
They complain. What I just said and everything is Islamophobic and everything, right. But that is an opinion. That is my opinion.
Yep.
And it's a good opinion. And yet they will just be offended. They're offended about a lot of things.
Because they know that people in this country...
That's because Satan runs Islam.
People in this country, they know that if you cry that you've been offended, they're going to stick up for you.
Yeah.
Because you have people who think that your feelings are more important than law or your safety or your well-being or the well-being of your children or the well-being of their own children, because you can't hurt somebody's feelings, Mark. Don't you know that's wrong, you bigot?
Yep, I'm a bigot. And hurting somebody's feelings is the best thing you can do for somebody if they're on a path of destruction. And they are on a path of destruction.
Truth hurts a lot of people.
Yep. So,
but it's still the truth.
Tomorrow there'll be a lot of Christian churches, and I tell you what, take off your burqa and come to Christ. You'll like it.
And I'll be honest,
we have better music than they do.
And I'll be honest, some of those churches aren't worth going to either.
Oh yeah, well we could probably talk about the Christian churches that are not. We can. That are not.
But we'll save that for another time. And with the terror attacks that happened in New York, the terror attacks that happened down in Texas, the terror attacks that happened at Old Dominion, terror attacks that happened in Michigan, all Islam.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it. So the religion of peace tries to attack, intimidate you, kill you, and put you into where you will be quiet. Because that's what terror is all about. It's about silencing you and forcing you into doing what they want you to do. You have to stand up. It doesn't matter. Yes, you can be afraid of being called a bigot. You can be afraid of being called Islamophobic. You can be afraid of being called all these things, racist, whatever. They're going to do it anyways. They're going to do it anyways because they know that's how they keep you in check. Because they know that you don't like being called those things, because our society has turned those words into an anchor that they're going to put around your neck or a scarlet letter.
What they need to realize is the reason we want them and Islam eradicated and for them to come. We want them to come to Jesus Christ and to be happy and to be good
I'll
people.
I'll say it again. It's not my job to force anybody. I want everybody
No,
to.
it is your job, though, to bring disciples to Jesus Christ, and it is your job to tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth now.
Yeah. You know, we love these people. These people are God's children, and these people need to come to Jesus Christ.
I love some
And
of them.
Jesus Christ is the only way, folks. So
Yep.
we don't want a damn good
But
question
we're
to
not-
become
yeah.
too Christian.
Yeah.
That, of course, is for Tracy. Yes,
Straight
we
Talking
can.
Coffee.
Straight Talking Coffee.
Yeah, that's right.
Find it on Spotify
Or YouTube.
or YouTube.
What's our next topic?
Our next topic is women's basketball. My favorite topic.
Team USA. First, the good part about it, they crushed Puerto Rico in a 91-48 win.
How did Puerto Rico score 48 points?
We're generous.
I guess.
Oh.
I guess we just let them score.
Right.
Instead of just wasting our time blocking them, just let them go ahead and try and score. Okay.
It was a women's World Cup qualifier for basketball. But the big news story out of it really is the hatred and blatant disrespect for one of the players.
Yeah.
And that would be Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
By one Angel Reese, who she hates Caitlin. Not just on a surface level, but deep down she feels a jealousy and a rage and probably some racism toward her.
Well, she's definitely a racist.
She refused to pass the ball to Caitlin Clark during the game. Just refused. Refused.
Was Sophie Cunningham on that team? No,
I
she
have no
wasn't.
idea.
Because Sophie Cunningham could go and
I have no
give.
idea.
You know, she's a martial artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sophie takes care of them. I guess Sophia Cunningham, just a sidebar, is now the most penalized player in WNBA, and she loves it.
There are needs for people in every sport who. Is
Well,
not
don't they
afraid to
call it
get-
the enforcer on the
Yeah.
hockey teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have him on a lot of basketball teams too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Michael
well-
Jordan had enforcers around him, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Sophie does it on the for Caitlin. So,
I think it's just.
it's
funny
just
that-
it's just silly that people are like that, and that just drives you nuts. You just become angry, and you're just being offended and being jealous and everything. You just become a bitter,
yeah.
ugly person.
On multiple possessions, Reese grabbed rebounds and advanced the ball, refusing to pass to Clark.
Did Clark pass to her?
Oh, I imagine.
I bet she did.
Yeah, because she was running point guard, so
Yeah.
that's her job.
Yeah.
And the opportunity to she wouldn't give it to Clark and let her run the offense, and a lot of this turned into turnovers.
Oh, that's a coaching problem because the coach could have just
I'd have yanked them.
Yeah.
I'd have yanked them. But I haven't looked to see who the coach is, and the coach may.
I missed that game. I can't believe I did.
Yeah. You and
Was it on TV?
99.9% of the
Was it on
world
TV?
missed that game, I think.
I think there were actually. It's become very popular in the last few years, and some of the reason is because of all this drama.
Well,
To a certain point.
I mean, Angel is an attractive girl who's playing basketball, and she plays at a fairly high level, except for she can't shoot the ball. And when her and Caitlin Clark come up at the exact same time, and everything explodes for the WNBA, and Reese kept yelling about, people need to look at me too. I'm a reason. I'm good and I'm here. It's not just about her. So, we're getting close to St. Patty's Day, and Angel's already looking a little green.
Well, we're getting close to something more important than the women's basketball, and that's the college playoffs. What do they call that?
March Madness.
March Madness. Well, the
'cause,
tournament. The tournament.
The Big
That's
Big
what
Ten
the
tournament
word-
is going right now. So
Yeah, and I
the
guess
NCAA tournament.
I guess Indiana is not doing good.
There used to be days when Indiana basketball was a powerhouse. Not anymore.
Now it's the Indiana football team.
Currently.
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 Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out in the next few years.
We will. That's going to be fascinating.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll see. But the tournament's always fun to watch. I enjoy when some of the low seeds teams beat these powerhouse teams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's fun.
Upsets are always
Because
fun to watch.
basketball, and especially the tournament, you get one game.
One
And
game.
if you get hot,
anything
and
can
the
happen.
other team is not hot,
Yep.
and it has happened over the years.
Yep.
So, do you put any money on this?
From time to time.
Do you get in the tournament?
Maybe. Depends on who's watching
Yeah,
or listening to this.
Suppose
But
yeah.
Yeah, of course. Fill out a bracket, get
I
into
guess-
a pool
I
at
guess
work. Those kind of things.
The money that is spent on this is just incredible.
But this is also a reason why they're finding college kids throwing games, right? They have literally found that college kids are being paid to throw games. Whenever I played sports, nobody could have ever talked me into losing on purpose because I hate losing. I hate losing so much. Nobody could ever talk me into it. It's hard. It was hard for me to play down to let little kids beat me because I'm like, I can't. What do you mean? I don't play to lose. I play to win. So it was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what else did you want to talk about?
Well, today I want to talk about a group of Americans that almost nobody in polite society wants to talk about anymore. Young men and young white men.
Young white men.
Yeah. No, not billionaires, not politicians, not influencers who make $400,000 a year reviewing scent candles on TikTok like you do.
Mm.
Yeah. Just ordinary young guys trying to figure out where they fit in. Now, if you listen to the cultural conversation today, you'd think young men are doing just great. Apparently, they run everything. They control the system. They're the source of every historical problem since someone invented the wheel and immediately used it for patriarchy, right?
Someone invented the wheel?
Someone.
Okay.
But then you look at the actual data and the story gets weird. Young men are falling behind in school.
Yeah.
They're graduating college at lower rates. They're working less. They're dating less. They're marrying less. They're reporting record levels of loneliness and suicide, which means the most powerful, privileged demographic in history apparently can't even get a text back.
Mm-hmm.
Something just doesn't add up, does it? And here's the thing. When young men notice this, when they ask questions about it, the response from a lot of institutions isn't curiosity, it's scolding. Stop complaining. Check your privilege. Be less toxic. Do better. Your time is over. That's not exactly a motivational poster. Imagine if we treated any other struggling group this way. Imagine a school saying, wow, our students are failing at math. Clearly, the problem is they're terrible people. What if we talked about crime and those really responsible for it in this country? You'd fire the administration by lunchtime. But with young men, the conversation somehow became, if you're struggling, it must be your fault. And also, please fix society, okay? That's a strange assignment. And the result is predictable. A lot of young men are tuning out. They're stepping away from the institutions that used to give life structure, like college, work, civic groups, relationships, family. Not because they hate society, but because they're not sure society wants them. Now, before someone on Twitter hyperventilates, let me say something clearly. This isn't a zero-sum game. America isn't a pizza where helping one group means someone else loses a slice. In fact, every healthy society needs both men and women thriving. When either one falls behind, the whole system wobbles. And right now, a lot of young men feel like the cultural message to them is basically this. You're responsible for everything, but you're also unnecessary. Think about that. You're told masculinity built every problem in the world, but you're also told masculinity itself is suspicious. It's like telling a generation of guys they're both the villain in the movie and the extra in the background. It's confusing. And when people are confused about their role in society, they either drift or they look for someone else who promises clarity. They follow guys like Andrew Tate, who sells them lies and that treating women like trash is the way they should be treated. Or like Nick Fuentes, who just promotes following his brand and ideas on race and hatred. You don't have to hate anybody. All you have to do is stand up for yourself and stand up for what's right. History has taught us this lesson repeatedly. So maybe, just maybe, it's worth asking a radical question. What if young men aren't the problem? What if the problem is that we've stopped giving them a clear path to purpose? For most of human societies did a few things very well when it came to young men. We gave them responsibility early. We gave them mentors. We gave them difficult challenges and demanded discipline. And they gave them a clear message. You are needed. Not perfect, and not always wise, and not always nice. You are needed. And something interesting happens when you tell a young man he's needed. He straightens up. He works harder. He takes pride in things. He starts building something larger than himself. Because here's the secret about men that nobody wants to admit anymore. Most men don't actually want life to be easy. They want life to be meaningful. They want a hill worth climbing. They want a mission worth pursuing. They want a family worth protecting and a community worth contributing to. But if you take those things away, if you remove purpose and replace it with endless lectures about how terrible they are, you shouldn't be shocked when motivation disappears. It's like hiring someone for a job and then telling them their job shouldn't exist. So what do we do about it? Well, first, we have to stop treating masculinity like a medical condition. Masculinity is not toxic. It's just energy. It's competitiveness. It's risk-taking. It's the drive to build, explore, defend, and achieve. Those traits build infrastructures, businesses, scientific breakthroughs, and yes, sometimes incredibly stupid things involving fireworks and pickup trucks. But mostly civilization. Civilization, the world, the Western world, was built on the backs, the brains, and the masculinity of white men. Mm-hmm. The goal isn't to erase those traits. The goal is to aim them. But because disciplined masculinity builds societies, aimless masculinity breaks controllers and punches holes in drywall. Second, we bring back multiple pathways to success. For 20 years, we've told every teenager the same thing. Go to college, get a degree, take on debt, and hopefully the job market figures itself out later. But you are last because you have built this order and now others deserve a chance at it. Meanwhile, we desperately need electricians, machinists, welders, mechanics, builders, technicians, and entrepreneurs. We have millions of young men who want to build things and an education system that treats them like a backup plan.
Yeah.
This is insane. A country that can build aircraft carriers and skyscrapers should probably respect the people who know how to use a torque wrench. Let's expand apprenticeships, fund trade educations, promote technical careers, not as consolation prizes, but as honorable, respectable paths. Third, rebuild institutions that actually create brotherhood. Like, let's actually make it the Boy Scouts of America again. Young men historically bonded through shared challenges, sport teams, military service, community groups, physical work, civic organizations. Places where you showed up, worked hard, got yelled at occasionally, and earned respect. Today, a lot of those places are disappearing. And guess what replaces them? Algorithms. Loneliness plus algorithm is not a healthy social model. Young men need real-world environments where they compete, cooperate, and build friendships that aren't meditated through a screen. Fourth, and maybe most important, we'll change the message. Right now, a lot of young men hear one cultural message over and over. You're the problem. But imagine a different message. Imagine telling young men, your country needs builders. Your community needs leaders. Your family needs fathers. Your future needs people willing to work hard and carry responsibility. There's a very different speech. Because when you challenge young men to rise to responsibility, sometimes remarkable things happen. We sail across the ocean. We go to the moon. And they usually do. Not perfectly, not immediately, but constantly. Throughout history, young men have been the raw material that societies shape into soldiers, innovators, explorers, entrepreneurs, and fathers. Ignore that reality, and you get a generation of frustrated outsiders. Channel it, and you get progress. Leave it, and you get discord. So here's the bottom line. The goal isn't to coddle young men. Most young men never want to be coddled in their life. It's to challenge them. Expect discipline. Expect responsibility. Expect integrity. And also give them something worth striving for. Because a society that tells its young men they are dangerous will create rebels. A society that tells its young men they are useless will create dropouts. But a society that tells its young men they are needed creates builders, and builders are exactly what the future requires. How do we turn this around? How do we make young white men feel the truth that this country and this world needs them? And that's not just young white men. It's all men. All men are needed in this world, but they need to be good men. Mm-hmm. Good men. What do you think, Mark? How do we get that word across to them? How do we explain to this society now who sees them as the greatest failure and the reason for why other people can't have what they want? But yet they're the ones who built what everybody wants. Why would you want to take away from young white men? Why would you want them to feel disenfranchised? And today, that is our damn good question.
Get the studio audience here saying that. Yeah. Well, and to all men, but yeah, especially white men have been vilified.
Vilified in this country, the country they built. The civilization, Western civilization was built by white men.
And that is just pure racism.
It is pure racism and hatred.
This guy had a dream a while back, and he said that people are supposed to be judged by not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Gosh. And we've blown it with that. Martin Luther King had it.
It's been, and it really has been in the last 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
When Gillette used to be the best a man could get when it came to shaving. Mm-hmm. When they decided to make a TV commercial saying that masculinity was toxic and showing you should show your daughters how to shave because they can become a man someday.
Yeah,
what in the world?
Yeah, this has got to
happen.
Yeah, I see it stopping a little bit, but I see that it could go right back to where it was.
I will. So here's a very scary thought, to be honest, and don't be surprised if this happens. Democrats ever come back into full power? The left comes back into full power. Congress, presidency. you will see full-on lockdowns again.
Yeah.
You will see people like us, things we have to say, will be taken off the air. Maybe even put in jail for hate speech. We will be told that we are the problem. We have to be censored because what we're saying is dangerous. Who's it dangerous to? It's dangerous to those who want to keep people down. It's dangerous to those who want to make a new world off the back of the old world, and that new world would crumble without this one.
Yeah.
We're dangerous because we think for ourselves. We're dangerous because we didn't believe the lie of COVID. We're dangerous because we knew better than a vaccine was going to be better than natural immunity. We're dangerous because we believe that men belong. And if given the chance, they get back in power, you'll see it look like what Virginia is doing right now.
Yep. You start in your own community.
You have to start in your own
Lots of
community.
things in your community.
You have to start with your own family, your own friends, the young men that you have contact with, the young men that you can inspire to do things, the young men that listen to you even though you don't know that they're listening to you. I have many sons, and most of them are not blood related to me. They're my sons because they spend time with me. They want to hear what I have to say. I want to hear what they have to say, and I am invested in their future. Be invested in the future of the people around you. Make their lives better. Build them up. Tell them the things that they can do. Don't let people tell them that they can't. Mark, I was stopped at a electrical company. They do electrical wiring, so electricians. And I was talking to the man who runs the place, and I asked him how business was, and he says, we're so busy and we can't find anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, tell me about it. He said, we got a call. We have 2 data centers. One's being built, 10, 15 miles from where him and I were talking. Another one was being built up in Michigan about 30 miles from where we were at. And what's really funny, the day before, I happened to drive by the site of the one in Michigan, in Saline, Michigan. And he said they got a call. One place asking if they could send 500 electricians. Another place called, they wanted 200 electricians. Every single one of those electricians, you're making over $100,000 a year. They are in such need right now, in such high demand.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and they're going to pay them more than we can afford to pay them by about $4 an hour.
Yeah.
He said, they're also giving them benefits that we cannot afford to give them just to build these data centers. They can't train people fast enough to become electricians right now. He said a school called me, said they're having problems with a fire alarm. Could we send somebody else? We told them it'd be 5 months. The waiting list for us to send anybody anywhere else right now is 5 months.
Yeah.
The school said, well, that's fine. Just send somebody when you can. I'm like, well, hopefully the school doesn't burn down in that time, right? If they're having problems with the fire alarm.
Yeah, I hear this from many companies that they just can't find good quality people. In fact, we have a company here in our town that I asked, well, what's your average age of employees? They only employ about 30, 40 people. And he said, well, it's probably about 40 some years old. We'd like to hire young people, but nobody wants to do the work.
No, they all think that they should be influencers. One of the most horrible things for young ladies is OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And they all think that they can pose nude and they can be rich and famous. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, because some of them are just, I won't say it. Yeah.
Yes. But eventually, also, there's not going to be money from guys who aren't working to be able to pay you to take your clothes off. So you need to think about that.
Yeah.
Okay? If they're not working, they don't have any money. They don't have any money, they're not paying for it.
Yeah.
They're not paying for it.
Yeah, too many young men are sitting in the basement playing video games all day.
I was a young, angry young man with no focus.
You're an old young man.
I am.
But anyway.
With no focus and not knowing where to go.
Yeah.
And what changed that was family.
Mm-hmm.
Family changed that.
Yeah, family
having children.
It's got to start with the family, and
because I want so much better for my kids than I ever had. Because I've talked about it on this podcast a million times. I grew up super poor, but I was loved by my mom and dad.
The young generation are seeing no chance in them having it as good or better than their
But that's a lie. They're seeing it, but it's a lie that they're being told.
Oh.
We went over the numbers.
Yeah.
We went over the numbers that compared to the 50s and the 80s, that the price of a house now is actually like 1 or 2% lower than the income ratio that it was then in the 50s and the 80s. It's a lie that you're being told by media. It's a lie because they want to break down the systems. They want to break you down. They want you to think there's no hope. They want you to give power to people who are willing to give you anything for giving you their vote. But they won't give you anything. They won't. If you think that they're going to give you enough to make you rich, we'll give you basic universal income. How about you just stop taking taxes from me and we'll call it even? You don't have to give me a universal income if I don't have to pay you taxes. Because you're taking more out of me in taxes than you're giving back to me in a universal income so that you can give a universal income to someone who will never work.
Yep.
It's all a lie. Stop falling for it.
Yep, that's true. Okay.
But I always have hope. I always have hope for the young men in this country.
Yeah.
And the young men in this country, two things are happening. They're turning to Jesus in record numbers right now.
Yeah.
And they're wanting to have families. Wanting to have a family is huge because I didn't think I wanted to have a family when I was young. I wasn't.
We as a society didn't think we wanted you to have a family. Okay, but
good point. Yeah. good point.
Back then,
if you meet some of them now, you still think you probably don't want to be having a family.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, we want to thank our sponsor this week. So let's go ahead and thank our sponsor, Towhead Plumbing.
Our sponsor, Towhead Plumbing.
Our sponsor.
Okay.
Yep.
Got plumbing problems? Look no further than Towhead Plumbing, your local plumbing experts. Need a new faucet installed or an old one repaired? We've got you covered. Is your toilet giving you trouble? We specialize in toilet installation, replacement, and repairs. Thinking about a new garbage disposal or replacing the old one? Call us. Need a new dishwasher? We handle dishwasher installations and replacements with ease. And don't forget those outdoor hose bibs. We repair them too. For fast, reliable service, call Towhead Plumbing today at 704-813-5653. Your home deserves the best, and so do you.
Okay.
Woo! Man, you talk about young people, and you talk about how young men can build things and be part of things, and then they're doom scrolling in the middle of working at a high-tech facility like this.
Yep.
But that's what happens when you hire someone who we want to wish a happy birthday to.
Happy birthday
to our engineer. A whole 17 years old, and that probably just explained why we were having the problem there.
Yeah,
live,
17.
Live.
Yep. Okay.
But we got any good news, Mark? We got some good news. We got some good news that you were super interested in because it was something that you've been fixated on for a long time.
Okay. What's good news?
Taylor and Travis are planning their highly anticipated wedding set for June 13th.
Oh, I should get that date.
That's at Ocean House in Watch Hill, Rhode Island.
Oh,
the number 13 is a big thing.
Yeah,
for Taylor.
It's her number. Yeah,
it's I'll be honest, it was my number before it was hers. Lucky number 13.
Yeah,
I
Friday the 13th yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, I love 13. 13's great.
One better than a dozen.
One, it's the baker's dozen.
Yeah, 13.
That's probably why I liked it so much. I always got that extra donut.
Yep.
Right. So you've been worried that it wasn't going to happen, and talks about it being put on hold, but it looks like June 13th. So, and this is going to be supposedly his last year playing football. So
I think last year was his last year playing football. If you saw how he performed,
yeah. Well, I didn't because I didn't watch. But
you didn't care.
I don't care. I don't care about the NFL. You can't talk down.
Did he retire
then?
Did he?
No. I
He's
guess
still gonna.
According to that news article, this year's probably going to be his last year. According to other things that I've heard, this is probably going to be his last year. I mean, he's going to marry rich and then not work again.
Well, she's got some money. And he's got money too.
He does.
He's got money that most people would be. Yeah,
absolutely.
But she's got real money. She's like one of the.
So
wealthiest.
he's rich and she's wealthy. There's the difference. He's rich, she's wealthy.
But I think not giving him too much credit, but they seem that they want to spend a lot of that money and help people. They're going to do a lot of giving away of a lot of money. That's my understanding. So we'll see. She can come over here and give me some money.
Yeah.
I can always use more.
I will even work for the money.
Yeah.
I'll work for the money.
Well, what would be exciting if they came on here to our podcast, Well, she came on to his podcast.
Maybe maybe at the wedding, when we're there at the wedding, maybe that'll be part of the gift that we give them.
Maybe do a remote podcast.
Well, I don't want to film from their wedding.
Does Rhode Island have internet?
Yeah. I mean, after she sends the plane for us, and we go to be at the wedding, I don't want to interrupt it with
leave our carbon footprint.
Yeah, I just want to make it part of the package. It'll be a coupon that says allowed anytime on the Damn Good Question podcast.
We need to make sure that this wedding is about them, not us.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they get the little coupon at the end.
Okay.
You also had some other good news, didn't you? Didn't you have some other good news?
Well, that it's
his birthday, but he ruined that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm sorry,
man.
Good news. I don't know of any good news. Nope. The Academy Awards are this weekend.
What do you think wins Best Picture?
What is that movie? The
one battle after another.
One battle after another. I enjoyed it.
If
it was not a great movie, I didn't think it was a great movie, but I enjoyed it.
I think it will show how racist they are if they give it to that over Sinners. You can't cry about racism all the time and then get movie Sinners, and then go, oh, but the white movie was better.
Sinners was a good movie, especially up until the vampires showed up.
Listen, Sinners, I'll tell you, the first thing I thought of when I was watching Sinners is this is a cheap knockoff of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
That is the absolutely, and then how it got, music is powerful.
Yeah.
But somehow by playing music, he was able to open doorways to the past and the future of, back in Africa, and the future of music in the future.
Who was it that it featured? What artist? Was that Buddy Guy or?
No, it was, I don't even remember now.
Yeah, but I thought that was cool. How
it was a very interesting concept, but it was so much of From Dusk Till Dawn, it wasn't even funny. I don't think the ending made sense either about how the last couple vampires survived when the rest of them died when the head vampire was killed. Right, so it just didn't make sense to me. But that's okay.
Vampire. Is there any logical reason? Is there a
yes
on vampires?
Yes. Yes. Is there any logical reason for payment? Yes.
Okay.
Vlad Tepes sold his soul to Satan.
I didn't know there was a.
He sold his soul to Satan.
Yeah, it was Buddy Guy, by the way.
And become Dracula.
That was really cool. I knew it was Buddy Guy, and when I saw it, I knew it was Buddy Guy. That was kind of cool to his part in that.
Oh yes. Buddy Guy at the end.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant whose music was it supposed to be about?
No, the music.
Was
the music.
Guy.
Whoever created the music, that was original stuff. I think.
And that's probably Buddy.
But they featured Buddy Guy at the end as being sell your soul to the devil to play.
No, well, he didn't. Right. He didn't. He didn't give up. He didn't.
Yeah.
He went on. He went on to play and get old.
Well, So anyway, those two movies are going to be competing against each other, and
there's several others.
There's several others, and I've seen a couple of them. I think a movie about ping pong is amazing that they can make a movie about anything in this world and make it exciting.
Was it Eddie?
No. Oh, what was it?
Charlemagne.
What was that movie called?
But Charlemagne was he was in the lead for Best Actor until he said that he didn't want movies and going to the theater to become ballet and Broadway, and how they've just disappeared, and people took so much offense to that. That now he's dropped in his chances of winning the Oscar for Best Actor.
It doesn't matter,
which doesn't make any sense. He was trying to defend.
I like him
going to the movies,
and the new Dune is coming out this year, isn't it?
Dune,
Dune.
I think so.
Dune. And he was good in that.
Will it be the final one? As long as they make money.
I don't know. I guess they're making money on it,
and they have a series.
But if you really want to watch a wonderful family movie that's fun of his. Watch the Willy Wonka.
Eddie Fantastic, isn't it? Is that what this movie is? Eddie Fantastic?
What?
The movie.
No, Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme, thank you. Marty Supreme. Supreme.
About a ping pong player. Underground ping pong.
Underground ping pong.
But no, the Willy Wonka movie that he was in, unbelievable. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Very good.
I haven't seen it.
Fun.
I haven't watched any of them without Gene Wilder. I was like,
Yeah, this pays tribute to Gene. This shows him as a young man when he becomes Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
that's what this movie's about. It's very good.
Yeah,
you don't.
Maybe I'll watch it sometime.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I am busy watching Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, Godzilla, King Kong. I grew up watching the old Godzilla movies.
I tell you what, the only thing I'm consistent on watching, and everybody should watch it, is Tracker. The #1 movie on TV. And there's a reason it's the #1 movie on TV.
My wife loves Tracker.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I saw most of the.
So just when we thought it was give up on TV or anything, there is still
and the final
a good stuff going on.
And the final season of The Boys starts soon.
Well, there we go. God.
Have you ever seen The Boys?
Oh yes, and I can't wait for the final season. I know, but that's not.
Don't let
anything,
children watch that.
That's nothing to do with family.
It has nothing. Well, it's about family, but you should never let children watch that. Holy cow!
I never see so much violence on a. Oh my god!
Oh man!
I didn't know they could keep doing that. Oh,
brilliant!
My god!
But brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Partially brilliant writing.
I guess
they're trying to be. They're trying to be.
It's interesting.
They're trying to be political.
It's totally different than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
That is very true.
And it is a superhero movie.
Villain. Show. More like super villain. But
yeah, well, we're going to have to dedicate a show sometime to good TV because there is some good stuff out there.
There is, and there's a lot of bad.
And then you start watching some show and it's a good show, and then it turns all gay or lesbian.
Or the problem with streaming is you get a season and then it's 2 or 3 years before you're going to get another season. That they lose me sometimes with that. Yeah. If you can't, and there are only 8 to 10 episodes. When
wait.
When network TV used to make 20 to 30 plus episodes a year, and you can't make 8 episodes every year,
You just wait 5 to 7 years. You don't watch it, and then you binge watch the whole thing, and it's awesome.
By then, I might not even want to. I've moved on to something else.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay.
But hey,
How do they
get a hold of us, Mark?
Well, I already mentioned it once. Mark at Damn Good
partially.
Question Hour. They can catch us on Facebook.
The book.
They can catch us on the X.
The X. Right here
We
on
are now on YouTube.
the YouTube.
We are
The
now-
censorship
We
Tube.
are now on Rumble. And
The
did I
non-censored
miss
YouTube.
something? Oh, YouTube.
And right here on
Rumble,
Spotify.
And of course with Joe Rogan. And Joe got some flack this week and gave some flack. I like Joe. Joe,
I hate the fact that they try to play anything that Joe says as what middle America actually thinks or wants.
Well, first of all,
And
Joe's
got
the
some-
first one to admit that he's not the leader of anything, any movement.
Correct.
This is all him just talking to people that he enjoys,
Correct.
and he's allowed to have some opinions.
We're not the leader of any movement
And
yet.
Yet, yeah,
We will be.
we will be. Yes. Okay, that's it.
But hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us, taking some time out. Remember to share, like, and follow us on everything that you can. Help us build this. If there's things you want us to talk about, things you want to hear our opinions on, we're always happy to share. So let us know, and we'll get to it. Until then, have a great week. God bless you, and until next time, see you.
Bye.